people on the internet. By the way, so later on, I'm live streaming now. So later on, I'll share the video with you. It will be set to unlisted. That means no one will be able to find it unless you get a link. Okay?
Unless.
Right. Unless you get a link. And if for some reason you don't want to be on the video or something, just let me know. I also have a way, even in post-production, to remove the face and use artificial intelligence and make it, I don't know, make it John instead. No, I'm just kidding. But we'll figure it out. Let me know if there's an issue. The way it's going to work is this is team agreed. Today we're debating fast food should be banned in public schools. Now, in preparation, I noticed these two teams were good enough to talk with each other and agree upon what does fast food mean? Because that's kind of ambiguous, a little vague. I mean, fast food for one person may be something for something else. So they've already established their terms pretty clearly and nicely. This team over here is 7 minutes to start. Afterwards, we'll give 7 minutes to them. After that, you guys have 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, and 2 minutes. What are you going to do? Well, which team do you think won the debate? We circle, right? Not which team do you necessarily agree with. Of course, that'll bias your opinion, but which one made the better case? Not that you necessarily agree with. You may agree with it, but there you go. You're welcome to put comments on the back. You don't have to put your name. After the whole thing's done, I'm going to send a PDF, and everybody will see the comments. So, don't be rude or anything.
So I don't have to put my name.
You can if you want. But everybody will see it. Just letting you know. And if you have a distinct handwriting, we'll...
Oh, yeah. See? I use it.
All right. Let's give. This is hard getting in front of people and talking, especially in such a formal event. Let's give them some confidence, everybody.
Talk them.
You have the floor.
Okay, so before talking about if we should ban fast food in schools, we need to know what fast food is, and it's overprocessed food, not healthy, like hamburgers, pizza, nuggets, fries, and all that kind of stuff. So, to start with this, we need to know the growing stage of the brain develop in kids and how this is really important for them because they're eating like every day and then how this can improve them. So by the age of 6 years, your brain develop about 90 to 95% of an adult size. But the brain needs a lot of modeling before it can function as an adult brain. But this brain remodeling happens intensively during adolescence. So this adolescence is a time of significant growth and development. And this is really important because it's the part of the decision making. And it's responsible to plan and think about consequences of actions, solve problems, and control impulses. So besides music and sport and study and languages and that kind of brain things that you can do, healthy food is really, really important for the kids.
So these junk meals are generally devoid of leather, fiber, and other essential nutrients that aid maintenance of health body. As a result, eating junk food causes a rapid weight and gain raises, hair disease, and risk of chronic illnesses, and diabetes and other various type of arthritis. And as a result of that, eating, you can start thinking in eating 5 days a week junk food, as she said, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, chicken nuggets, french fries, pizzas, 5 days a week for maybe 47 weeks a year is too much. It's too much, and we consider we need to start implementing superfood that superfood can give to our child too much energies, vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber and water. this superfood can help our children against chronic diseases later in life, including heart disease, stroke, or in some cancers. Now, in the actuality, one of 6 jobs in the U.S. have obesity, according to the latest National Survey of Children Health. That's 20.7% the kids to 6 to 11 years old, and 22.2% to 12 to 19 years old. And we should prevent this illnesses or diabetes. So we should take care of our children more than in the past. And
in 2021, a study shows that the 30% of the households in Houston are classified as low-income families. So could you imagine how many children are eating fast food as their only meal during the day? So low-income families doesn't have enough resources to cover their food needs at home. So probably those kids just are taking one full meal during the day, and this full meal is fast food, is kind of junk food. Could you imagine if you're kids? How many of you have kids? Please raise your hand. I have a kid who is 15 years old, and he is every day eating pizza, nuggets, and hamburgers, and something like that, because the other options that they have in school, they have to pay money, or they are not so they don't look good. So it's like, mom, that meat doesn't look like a good meat. So I prefer to take the pizza. Or could you imagine my son during more than 300 days a year eating pizza every day? So firstly, it's contribute, as Rosacita said, as unhealthy diet, and secondly, it is more affordable to low-income families to get at least one good meal at school, and they can receive enough nutrients for their health. And promoting fast food in schools can perpetuate unhealthy eating habits, are making harder to break away that the children that when they grow older. So it's essential to prioritize that the kids have the option to get superfoods or nutrients during their meals, regardless of their economic background.
Okay. Just a moment, I'm going to let them come on up here. I'll just make it while it's still fresh in my memory. Just give a little comments. Now, I loved, clearly defined what fast food is at the very beginning. Studied a lot of research as to health problems that are brought on with that's really important to know. Yeah. Right. Yeah, they have 7 minutes next. Yeah, just a moment on that session. Awesome.
It is just, it's 7 minutes for the team, right?
Correct. Yes, that's right.
After that, there's about 5.
That's right.
It is 7-7-5-5-2.
So you guys are welcome to split up however you like. As a team.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's good for clarification. So anyway, also just like it's a challenge to insert all of these new advanced level vocabulary in there, adolescence, let's try to do this a little bit. Adolescence, adolescence, anyway. Also, am I gonna come out, Audrey, engaging with the audience, how many of you have you, etc. Making it personal, that's a great way to grab their attention and making it persuasive, anyway, all that. Okay, let's give whoever's coming up here a hand. They have 7 minutes to make their case. No, you're just gonna make your case. At the end of the whole thing, we'll have Q&A. Yeah. So now you guys have a chance to make your case. However you want to do it. What's oh, she's coming up. Okay, everybody. Let's give a hand. It's not easy. Let's all listen carefully. Good luck.
Okay, so I'm the team disagree with aspiration and school. For me, I would like to present my perspective on the nutrition of improving fast food choice in schools. When it comes to fast food in schools, it is essential to focus on making healthier options more accessible to students. Some progress has been made in reducing sodium and trans fats in fast food menus. We must continue pushing for even better nutrition. Encouraging balanced meals, fast food restaurants now offer a variety of healthier choices. Fast food is not just chicken nuggets and fries. You can also see salad, proteins, and fruits alongside their regular menu items. To promote better eating habits, schools can actively highlight these balanced meal options and guide students on making healthier decisions. Providing nutrition information. Transparency is crucial in helping students make food choice. By providing clear nutrition information on fast food menus and integrating nutrition in schools, we empower students to understand how to include fast food responsibility in their diets. And also advocating for healthier menus. School can collaborate with fast food chains to advocate for healthier menu options designed for students. This involves reducing added sugars, offering more vegetable and whole grain choice, and eliminating unhealthy activities. By working together to improve the nutrition aspect of fast food ultimately, we can support students in making healthier food choices without suppressing white tendencies.
So, even though we have the willingness or the will to have a better healthy foods for everybody, we have to face the reality. And the reality is explained by numbers, by the economy, and by the responsibility of the mothers at home. Even though they have to work hardly every day, also the shoes is at home, not at school. This is the first point. And the main way is actually the economy. So that is the economic problems. It's not there are enough healthy food in the world, or in the country. It's how we use it. And the problem now is or the benefits that we see of this, because it's not that benefit. Okay, everybody could agree that it's not the best food, but at least it's a food. Then, the family economy could benefit from fast food in USA schools. This is information from the artificial intelligence. This is taken from the big databases around the world. So that is not my personal opinion. It's the opinion of the big data that is collected in this information. Fast food in USA schools can generate economic benefits for families by being a quick and convenient meal option. State economic benefit. The implementation of fast food in schools can generate additional income for the state through the sponsorship agreements of contracts with food companies. The school district economic benefits. According to some studies, the sale of food and beverage in schools can generate additional revenue for the school districts, although these benefits may vary depending on specific food policies and the local conditions. The student benefits. The freedom will also allow students to eat with more value. The students with pickier appetites can have a more wider variety of food choices, and it will be affordable and easier to maintain. Almost over half of students at public school buy lunch from the school. This number could easily increase with more variety, because even for the kids who pack lunch, having survived, they will be more than willing to buy a fast food lunch on days they are too lazy to pick up, because then there would be more options for a better meal rather than what the school has to offer. Thank you.
It's up to you. You can talk a little bit.
Yes.
Pause for a moment. Let you. Yeah, let you.
Let's take a look at parent guidance and parents' responsibility on scenario parents play a crucial role in shaping their children's eating habits and overall lifestyle choices. As the primary caregivers, they have the responsibility for instilling healthy values and providing guidance on balance and food. As a disability, we firmly believe that parental responsibility extends beyond just limiting their children's individual investment. Rather than banning certain foods altogether, parents should teach their children the concept of moderation and self-control. Children then from fast food entirely might eventually lead to recipe and confront against when they eventually encounter such options outside of school.
I'm gonna let you finish your idea there. Awesome, that's okay, yeah. Let me give you a chance. Give me a hand, yeah, good. Take a hand or whatever time you got, that's fine. As you can see, both teams really worked hard. I'm just grateful. You guys, trying to learn this one. This would be great when we watch the video years from now. I got in front of you. Thank you both. Okay, now at this point, each of you have 5 minutes to respond back to what you heard here earlier. Oh, the economic point. It brings in revenue into the school system. Freedom is a key thing about the point we're all making too. So, do you guys have 5 minutes to continue the point we're making, or to respond back and respond to what they were saying? All the while, you guys are listening. Who is making the better case? Not necessarily who you agree with. All right. Let's give it 5 minutes. Go. I believe in you. Yes. Everyone's getting warm in here, y'all. I acknowledge that. Okay. Yes, here you come see. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Here you go. Which one do you want? Okay.
Alright, so the thing is, we're talking about the economy.
Mm.
There is really cheaper food than hamburger that eats meat, bread, cheese, and vegetables. Very processed vegetables. So there is a whole wheat bread, provides fiber and sustain energy. You can fill it up with like peanut butter, jelly, turkey provided in satiation. Also, it's a public stock. Also, fish, chicken, meat, and eggs are really healthier. It's healthier than cheeseburger things. Also, beans and split peas or lentils. Soap is one of the best, cheap, and healthiest and cheapest foods.
The other point about economy is you are growing the economy of the future. So you are giving, you are providing, you are feeding your future economy with that kind of food. So how can develop the skills, the brain, and the health and life that they need to sustain that economic that you talked before? Our kids are not numbers. Economy is about numbers, but my kid is not a number. My kid is a person who deserves a good quality food and a good quality meal. And other people who cannot eat anything else during the day deserve a good meal for their development. So they're not just numbers. I understand that we are in an economy which is based on capitalism, but we have to think about human beings. We are growing human beings, not just numbers.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's.
Okay, are you guys done? You guys done? You've got a couple minutes. If you don't have to, if you don't want to.
It's pretty enough, I think.
Okay, to the point.
Oh no, never is enough.
We have 2 minutes.
I'll give you 2 minutes.
Yeah,
If you have 2 minutes. Okay, yeah, go.
It's
We're
never
gonna do
enough.
this right. Okay, yeah, go right ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so you guys talk about fast food. It could be salad. It could be because actually fast food is the food that you can it's frozen, is preheated, or is pre-cooked. But kids cannot eat salads all day. So they need to eat protein and beans and more healthy food. And it's either cheaper for the school to buy this kind of food separately and not frozen food because each bag is expensive than buying bag of beans that you can give it to all the school. And yeah.
I have a question.
We will get to a Q&A. Hey, hold on, I'm sorry.
Lena has a question.
Time later.
Okay, we talk about guidelines and balance chart. Our kids are able to choose about balance. They will choose nuggets. They will choose hamburger for sure. The parents choose because it's our responsibility to buy things looking for the chart and balance. They have like 30 minutes to run around a huge school. They don't have time to read a balanced guide. You have to provide them healthy food, no matter what. It's our responsibility to read the charts or the balance for the food, for sure. But at school, it's the government responsibility.
Thank you. Thank you.
5 minutes, you can also do it too. After you speak, so, okay, or taxes. So here we go, all fair.
When we go to responsibility, that the responsibility is for others, as we lose the responsibility. So it's our responsibility. At your home, with your kids, you teach them what they have to choose to do. I have two kids too, they are already 25, 23 years old, and they never choose junk food at the school. Because the mom and me, we teach them what they should choose or not in their learning at home, not at the school. It's not the responsibility of the school and the government either. That's the first point. The second is, I think that we have to put the foods on the earth. Now, I just for 2 days ago, I have a meeting here at the school in Alief ISD. They have, I'm trying to apply for a maintenance place, maintenance. They have only Alief as the ISD. They have 25 schools with 45 schools with 47,000 students. Only that. Could you imagine the work to do that they have to do to provide food for all those kids? Only in this school, and how many ISD schools are all inclusive? Also, that's our huge number that are, of course, out of control. That's why we have to put the food on the earth and understand what is the problem with it. Also, we are here. This country is all Europe together here. Also, 300 million people. How you feed all of them, all those kids? It's not so easy. Even though we try and we are looking for to do the best, but we have to face the reality. Sorry, okay.
It's your birthday and you're getting something. You get a chance to say.
He knows how.
Go ahead.
This extends a little bit more parental responsibility, but it's gonna eliminate a little bit more. By knowing the original ingredients and explaining the importance of the relation, parents can equip their children with the tools to make responsible choice independently. But we need to underline this definitely, because we are gonna take together the parents we are trying to be good parents. We said we need to eliminate our children's in doing so, the children can learn to enjoy fast food as an occasional treat while prioritizing healthy options as part of their regular diet and fostering a balanced and sustainable approach to nutrition that will serve them well into adulthood. So, on the other hand, the funds generated from fast food sales in school often contribute significantly to the educational system. The additional resources may be used to support extracurricular activities and enhance educational programs or improve the overall learning environment. The ban on fast food will not only make students choice but also will paradise and essential revenues for the betterment of their education. Encouraging healthy alternatives rather than banning fast food, we propose growth, natural therapy, and actual
That's it? You good? Yeah, that's pretty much it. You don't have to worry about it. All right, so y'all, so we're coming up to the last part of this 2 minutes left, and these guys are welcome to use this time to summarize stuff they've already said before. They can address things that they just heard, etc. While they're closing up and wrapping it up, think about a question you might want to ask, because I'll open it up for Q&A in just a moment. Okay, a comment or a question, and then it'll get really loud in here as it does. I gotta think, nice inclusion from both teams, including anecdotes. I've got kids, and I'm working somewhere. Look at this A-League, it's got all these schools, all these kids. That's anecdotal evidence is oftentimes very persuasive, folks. That's good, good strategy. 2 minutes over here, y'all. Give them a hand, everybody. Last time. Husker is a big Audrey fan.
Okay, I agree that the kid that has to know how to choose.
Oh, you agree?
I
That's
agree
great,
with
that's
the
great.
middle part, but my kid is choosing right now between hot dogs or nuggets and disgusting beef. Disgusting, as in jail, as in the movies. So it's disgusting. He can't choose because it's the option that he can take. And the other thing that I will provide you one option that the government can use for feed more than 100 or 1,000 people at a time, kids at a time, is with our money from taxes. We pay taxes every year, so our kids deserve to be fed in a healthy way because it's our money that they buy, what we used to use to buy the things. That's the reason that we sustain that the fast food should be banned from schools.
Okay, so instead of eating fast food, we need to give them superfoods. So it's, I went to a school when the salad was free. So we need to give them fruits, like berries, like it contain the brain cells, yogurt that has probiotic bacteria, sweet potato, who has fiber, proteins. Protein is really important because protein is the second largest matter in the brain after water. And seafood, who has omega-3, who provide oxygen to the brain. So they can retain and remember more information, and they will have more sense of themselves, more multitasking, problem solving. So giving them this food is cheaper and is better for them, and they can later on choose. They want to eat a burger outside school because it's 5 days a week. So
Nice, cool.
Save it for again. Save it for the time. Save it for the time.
All right, keep coming up here, yeah. There's 2 minutes closing arguments, all right.
Today's my birthday.
Yeah, be sure to vote for her, because
So we'll kill them. Kill them.
In conclusion, as mentioned by my team members earlier, I'd like to say that the idea of banning fast food in school cannot be acceptable for various reasons. First, banning fast food in school isn't the solution for nutrition balance in their life. But we offer nutrition education as a better option than just banning fast food, because children can still eat fast food outside of school. Moreover, fast food at school like fruit and vegetables are being discarded straight into the trash because kids don't like it. This is leading to significant waste of money and environmental issues. So educating them which choice is good for their health is more important than just banning. And there are tons of results in this study that nutrition education can help choose healthy food and ultimately reduce obesity. Second, it's important to note that school fast food isn't the same as what you find at fast food chain restaurant like McDonald's. School follow the strict federal regulation to provide healthier version of this food. The Children Nutrition Reauthorization Act, or Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act, is the law that regulations school meal and all kids nutrition programs across the country. Now, school foods are made from lean beef, chicken, or turkey, use lower sodium ingredient and contains whole grain wheat bread product. So fast food has allowing us to feed nearly 29.6 million students with just a few dollars each. It's a productive way to provide meal for many students on the limited budget. So rather than trying to eliminate it, there is a need to complement it and find a way to enjoy it healthily. It is something that should be generously taught to children in school and parents must do this.
Thank you, great. Ooh. Really well. Really laid out. Very good. Interesting work. So stuff that maybe not have been addressed back and forth. Brain health and brain development. Yeah, right. That was a big thing to help consider them. Also, they're also calling for more education and maybe an improvement, not banning. Is I think more of the point you were making.
It's not that bad.
And the takeaway, a good slogan. It's not that bad. Okay, great. Yeah. Just keep telling yourself that. Okay, anyway, Oscar, I could see you're burning with a question, right? No?
No question.
I mean,
Comments or questions? Who are you directing it to? Over here? Over here. Anybody want to make a comment or a question to anybody? Q&A moment right now. Y'all can weigh in with your comments or questions. Go.
Yeah, with the first one, they did a very good, very good presentation. I mean, the first part was more about reading, but at the end, they were really very good. They were well at the end. They did very well. Just like the name, the size very clean, precise, that was the argument, the point, and there's too much reading. I think they should like engage more with the problem.
Oh, okay. You were critiquing on how they're speaking. Okay, well, thank you. That's helpful. That's fine. Good. You're an audience member. That's helpful as a speaker to know like how to better deliver. Okay, fair enough. Thank you. Chair. Okay, anyway, as far as the content, let's hear it from Omar. Thank you, Oscar.
I have a general question for both of you. They can answer. What is the percentage of, or how can we decide it's a good diet or fast food? Like, can you give us a percentage that we can distinguish a bad food from a good one? From what if we can answer?
Fast food is processed food, reheated, cooked, and the normal food is just from the nature. It's not over-processed.
So the thing is,
No, that's organic and inorganic. Like you were talking about. Like, for
No.
example,
No.
pesticides, yeah.
No, organic is when you have a farm and you have your own food growing there, like normal. But non-organic is when you have the same farm, but you inject.
Use pesticides.
Pesticides.
Stuff to make it grow faster. You know that kind of stuff.
Anyway.
My question was that can you give me the percentage of how or quantity of carbohydrate, protein, and fats could be a good food? Like not a menu.
Like the best
Options.
Well, that's set up by the FDA, isn't it? Yeah. Isn't that? Yeah.
FDA.
Yeah, the Federal Drug Administration.
www.fda.com.
And in fact, maybe I just actually part of Lena's point at the end was that that there is a standard by which. Yeah, I think that's what she was addressing
It is
there.
not important how much fat the food has. It is the most important is that it's not over-processed.
Processed.
There is good
Processed.
fat.
Cool.
too.
Cool. Thanks for clarifying. Yeah, it's a good question. Anybody else want to weigh in with a comment or a question to anybody? Huh? Talk to me, brother.
Yeah. Well, like trying to get into like the American culture. I have this like if we put this topic in the voting, would you think the parents are willingly disposed to spend more money in taxes just to make children eat better rather than just eat?
Spend more. They'd be willing to. Interesting way of framing it. It comes down to the money.
Yeah, exactly. Like, are you like willing? Like, do you think parents are willingly disposed to spend more money in taxes just to make children eat better rather than just eat?
Cool. Are you addressing it to them or them? Or everybody, right?
I'm addressing it to
Sounds good. Interesting point. Comes down to the money, which is the main point of what you all were saying, right?
Explain about taxes. She paid taxes.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah,
I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Brandon.
Brando was asking.
Do you mind if you repeat your question, please?
Yeah, well, just like if you try like to not talking with I mean, this is like deeply talking about like as American culture, right? So like not because of like where we have different thinking. Anyways, yeah. So
Give me more.
do you think that the parents are willingly disposed to spend more money in taxes just to make children eat better rather than just eat?
Yeah.
For sure. We agree with that.
Well,
I will pay more taxes if, as a result of that, my children can eat better and healthier.
And we have to know that if we need to pay more for healthy food, I don't think so. But maybe it's about politics or I don't know, agreements or procedures. I don't know, but maybe it's not expensive. It's not more expensive than the fast food.
you all over here like to weigh in with this question, about what do you think? I think your question is honestly, would parents be willing to pay more money in taxes?
Right.
Logistically, because that kind of addresses what you were saying. There's a logistical problem here. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I went to a school where the food it wasn't like free. Like you don't need to pay taxes for it. You need to pay for your food, and it was usually like $5, something like that. It was like almost, I don't know. I think it was like $5. It was pretty cheap, and they have a salad island or something like that, where the salad was free, and they have even fruits. They even have fruits for free. Some kind of fruit and salad, But you just pay like $5 for a drink and a good meal. It was pretty good.
Nice. So it works. Well, from your experience, it works.
She said it was.
But I mean, like, what I'm trying to expose is like do you think like a normal Texan
Texan
guy like who lives in I don't know like in the most hiding town in Texas, like do you think he's willingly disposed to spend more money just to make the children eat at school? I don't think so.
But I have a general opinion about this topic because this topic is hard because I think it's more for the American culture because I always heard and I always saw on television that in American kids always eat junk food in school. So since I remember, I always hear and I always saw the same. But I think it is not for the money because if your son or your daughter is in a public school, of course you will have $5 to give to your son to get healthier food. So I don't think so. The money is the problem. I think it's more the culture, the American culture, that it is pretty common and it is pretty good that the kids eat just a nugget, just a french fries, hamburgers. For example, in Venezuela, our lunch is a heavy meat, like rice, beans, meat, chicken, soup, juice. Here, I always hear, no, the lunch, we're taking the lunch, and it's just a fruit, or a cracker, or a slice of pizza. In Venezuela, it's like a heavy meat, more like dinner. Dinner in United States is like our lunch. So I think it's more culture than the money, in my opinion.
It's all about perspective.
Nobody over here wants to say. Go ahead, Giovanni. You wanted to say something.
I have some,
Thank you, Brando, for your question. That's good.
comments about both parties. In this case, I'm going to talk about the Agri team, the team Agri. When you told us about a certain time of food should be provided, you are implicitly violating a fundamental human right. that human right is the right to decide. You know, everyone has the right to decide what they want to eat, whether or not to smoke. Same happen with cigarettes.
Mhm.
Everybody has to choose if they want or not want to smoke. Now, if you keep in mind that, I think the correct word is not to provide. The correct word is regulate. You know, control and give better options to the students to eat. Finally, and giving this context, the small context, do you think that healthy food education should be imposed in schools, or the school at home with almost no children?
Education should be mandatory in schools or leave it to, okay.
Yeah, the
Good.
education about healthy food has to be imposed in schools,
Mm-hmm.
or it has to be commented or talking about that in our homes.
At home. Anybody want to weigh in over here? Yeah, go ahead, Brock, what's on your mind?
I think it's both of them, because we can educate a maybe 7-year-old kid, but they aren't, as Beryl says, they're in lunch with the friends. They're just coming out on a small break, and they got a whole menu there. They can see cheeseburger, pizza, and whatever. Obviously, they're not like adults. As you said, the cigarettes option. I'm an adult, and I don't like cigarettes, and my parents never told me that don't smoke. I just don't like to smoke. It's not because of the culture. Maybe it's because my friends don't smoke. They don't smoke, so I don't smoke either. Maybe it's because of me that I don't like to smoke. But in school, it's very different because you're with your friends, you're not doing something wrong, it's just like pizza. Maybe your parents can tell you that try to eat better, but it's just a regular lunch that you're gonna eat pizza with your friends and you're gonna, maybe it's educational that they need to talk to you instead, or talk to your parents and ask if they want to change the menu, or I don't know, it's very complicated to change the whole menu, since the beginning, pizza, and to change for rice, meat, and beans. Yeah, it's very complicated.
Yeah, here it is.
Okay.
Thanks. There's a couple of questions too, I'm sorry.
But to be more specific, my question is, do you want to ban the fast food at the schools, or do you want to regulate? Ban is no more fast food. You don't have a choice. If you want to get fast food, you don't have a choice. But regulate is try to control that fast food and try to implement some healthy food.
Yeah.
What religion?
There are things for ban for several.
Yeah, for example,
They would be open to regulation.
Yeah, the thing is, in United States, like if you choose that question to another country, it would be regulated because we have another thinking about this, about culture, about this food. But here in the United States, it's really cheap to buy a burger in McDonald's. If there is like combos for $3 or $4 with a large Coke and everything. So I think it's more here, it's better to ban it and give them healthy food and give them like a good nutrition every day, because they're 5 days a week. And if they want to eat fast food outside, it will be fine, but it will be only 2 days, not the whole 5 days.
That's good.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you, but give them both a big hand. Yeah, for preparing so much. Finish up, take these things and put them in here, all right? Put your little slips of paper in here, okay? On your way out. See you tomorrow. Put your comments in here, y'all. That was fun, wasn't it?